Okay, here's the left wing.
Yeah.
And this is where you were.
He
This is
sent me a note. I said, I'm just starting the left wing. He said, well, make sure it's not another right wing.
Yes. I'm sure that's happened to more than one builder.
Yeah.
But you were working on these custom
Yeah.
fill-in. What do you call it? What do you call it? Webbing.
Yeah. I can't buy any. I can't find any 3/8 inch balsa, so I laminated 3/4 inch, and
Yep.
each cutoff will cover 2
Yep.
positions here, like this. We'll go in here,
Yep.
and then another
Another 2.
2.
Yeah.
So
And
I've got
how far are you going to take that? The solid webbing?
solid webbing will come out to here, out to
23 or
23.
Yep.
And then there'll be more webbing out here. This will have plywood facing on both sides.
Yeah, but the outboard ones won't have the facing, right?
From here on out, no. All it'll have is the, and it won't have that all the way out either. It'll only have it out to about here
Yeah.
or so. Just, you know.
Solid block with no plywood facing.
Well, it won't be the 3/8. It'll be,
Yeah.
or it'll be, this is 3/4 of an inch.
Yep.
It'll be 3/8 of an inch from here on out.
Okay.
And then there won't be any interior webbing or exterior webbing from about here on out, because, you know, these spars are not tapered or anything.
They're both
so
3/4 of an inch all the way, right?
3/4 of an inch by 1/4 of an inch
Yep.
thick, yeah.
Yep.
So if that won't hold 2 feet of wing, God help us.
What will?
Yeah. But this is the problem.
Now, I
that
remember you're in. Yeah,
this is the problem I had to begin with. I've cut the plywood off underneath, so that now this is where the table ends,
Yep.
and so that this rib, the rear end, sits down. Before, these 2 ribs were jacked up like this.
That's what you had to fix on the
That's
previous
right,
one, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And I had to revise all of this out here and back here to suit these 2 ribs.
But not this time.
Now I don't have to do it, no.
Good.
So, hopefully.
Excellent. And you were telling me that it took you 4 hours yesterday to do from here to
Yeah.
roughly where?
About 4 hours to do it to rib 10, I think it was.
Yeah.
Rib 9, 10. Yeah.
And then I came over and interrupted you while you were doing
No,
11. We were contact cementing things in there.
yeah, the thing is that I didn't, there's 2, basically 3/8. I took all the scrap 3/8 wood that I had pretty well and glued it all together
But in
in
effect,
pieces so that,
every one of
and
those is a custom web.
yeah, and I had to, so that's what took me so long, was all of the,
Yeah.
this from here on out now with this will be go a lot quicker.
And as you explained to me, although other people just cut them all the same and then put the rib in as they go, if there's any small error at all, it'll propagate and
Yeah,
it'll
well,
increase all
if
the
you've
way.
got a 32nd of an inch and
Yeah.
8 feet of wing,
Yeah.
you can imagine how
Times,
far you'd be out, you know.
how many ribs are there?
41.
42 or 41. Yeah,
Yeah.
so whatever it is, at times 41 is going to be
Yeah.
your error, right?
Yeah,
Okay, well that's a good lesson.
yeah. So, and there's also on the trailing edge here, there's from here, you can't see it, but there's a wedge which raises the trailing edge and gives me washout
Oh,
to the wing.
where does the wedge start?
right here.
and all the way out to the,
It goes all the
tip.
way out to here. You
Does
can
it get
see it,
right-
you can see it there.
just a minute, I gotta zoom in on that.
So this is raised off the,
Yeah. How much roughly?
yeah, and raises the
Yeah,
trailing edge of the,
yeah,
and it gradually comes down.
and then it comes down to nothing in about here.
Yeah. Just about the beginning of the aileron.
Okay. Interesting. So how much, what is the measurement out there? How much does it come up at the trailing edge way out there?
I don't know.
So I can tell it was scientifically designed and calculated.
Yeah, no, I do this on all my gliders, and I just look around.
eyeball.
I look around for a wedge that'll fit. You know.
Whichever one is available.
Oh,
Oh, that
like-
worked, yeah.
Well, no, I'm serious. You know,
Yeah.
there's people that would call me an asshole. That building. It's like this Jim Ely, who it's about half an inch.
Okay. Not that I would know whether that's good or bad.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
as long as the rib is tilted a bit down,
Yep.
you know, then I'm getting washout.
Okay.
But it's like there's an article in RC Aero Toy. A guy's building a Ryer, and he says, I'm going to build it like I built it, you know, half side at a time.
Yes.
And this Ely, he's in the business now, but he's been around for years and years and years through the magazines, Model Airplane News, and all this sort of thing. And he's designed he's a good builder, and he's a very, very good designer, this sort of thing. But he says, building half a fuselage at a time, he says, I now build on a jig, you know, because he said I can get my former straight. If you build half a fuselage at a time, he said, you have to contend with the former maybe being 1/8 of an inch out or something or other, and
Yeah.
that sort of thing. Well, he's right,
Yeah.
but he says, you know, but he says that building that way is a pain in the ass, you know, and I would like to reply to him and say, well, I do it that way, and I've never built any other way. And I said, you have a certain bit of a problem with alignment of the formers, you know,
Yeah.
but so what?
Well,
You got. I don't care how accurately you try to build. You're always going to have some.
jigs have their own issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but you know, it's a good way to build as far as I'm concerned.
Now, one thing that I have to ask you about, right? The moment, right, of that.
Were you filming that?
I was.
Oh.
The moment of that.
I don't
that-
want to.
Don't worry about it. The small, that small amount out there, because of the distance from there into here, right? Even a small amount has a huge moment, magnifying effect, right?
Yeah.
So it seems to me you got to be pretty close to the same on the washout on both sides, right? Otherwise, you're going to get an
Oh,
imbalance.
Yeah, well, I hope I use the same.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll check
I
it
think
later,
I
right?
did,
When
because
it
it's
suddenly
about
sort of heads left, we'll understand. We better check
it's
that.
the
Yeah.
same length basically as what you know.
Yeah.
So, I'm pretty sure it is. But you know, you can worry about these things,
Too much.
and it's like, as Eric said, you know, he said, I've had comments about, you know, well, measuring this and that. And as he said, and I say, if somebody wants to bring a ruler and measure my gliders, you know, they're very welcome to do it.
Sure.
And all of this, you know, business of cockpits, it's nice to have cockpits and this sort of thing. But as Eric also said, he said, they can't see the bloody cockpit when it's 1,000 feet in the air.
No, and I think most of it would much rather watch it fly than
Yeah,
measure it,
yeah.
right?
And and I get these guys, you know, that you look at some of the details that these guys go through
I know.
in these build articles and this sort of thing, and I think, no wonder it takes you 3 years to build a bloody glider.
You know what's amazing though? Nigel, right, tends to put great detail in, and he does an amazing job. But it doesn't take him very long, right? He's good at it. He knows how to
Yeah,
do it without it taking forever. You know?
Yeah.
Not that he's a bit of a perfectionist, I think, but
yeah, I
it's
know,
pretty
but
nice stuff.
they talk about, oh, well, that's not scale, you know, and
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
you know, it's like there is no such thing as exact scale.
That's right.
Except
A
on
full,
the original.
a real one. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
I don't care how good you are. You can't build everything exactly to scale.
No, and
And who the hell wants to?
you wouldn't want it
No.
to be perfect because there are different physics involved with model
No,
scales.
no. And just, you know,
Yep.